And breathing is the key to life. Because if you not breathe, you're gonna die.
That is very true, actually. I don't think anyone can debate so much about that. I will never stop reminding you about being grateful, how extremely important it is to be grateful, because it is very beneficial for your physical health, your mental health, and being positive, and also set boundaries. People always tell me, don't worry. It is not like I can just, oh, thank you, now I'm not worried. Thank you, that was such a great tip.
I not understand people who always gonna come in the last second all their life because they put so much more stress on themselves. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today's episode is about stress management. Feeling overwhelmed? On edge, or like your brain has 43 tabs open and none of them are loading. You're not alone. And you don't have to stay stuck in that stress spiral. In today's episode, we're breaking down what stress really is, how it sneaks up on you, and most importantly, how to take back control. Let's turn the pressure into power. Let's get started.
So stress is something that we all can relate to. And in some ways, stress is good because it tells you when there is a danger. It tells you to stop when it's a red traffic light, for example. So in some ways, it is helpful. And in some ways, it is harmful. But stress is the body's natural response to challenges or threats. And in a short term, it can be helpful, like it can release the fight or flight response. But in the long term, being stressed for a long time is harmful. It can cause burnout, anxiety, and health issues. We know for a fact that if you have been stressed for a long time, you can get more inflammation, you can get more serious diseases, and it can harm your body and your emotions in a very dangerous way. And common triggers for stress is, for example, work, relationships, finances, lack of sleep, and unrealistic expectations you hold to yourself.
And the brain doesn't know the difference if you get a work-related mail or that you are under attack of a lion, unless your brain is trained to it. And of course, this is an extreme statement. I did hear it earlier. But what the point they are trying to say is that you can train your brain to be prepared to handle everything that's thrown you on a greater way. So train yourself. If this occurred, you will handle it in a great way. Because you cannot always avoid stress, but you can decide how you want to handle it. And before, when I worked at Ormenlange gas plant in Norway, I did drive transport. I did drive a wheel loader, and together with me was another guy who drive tractor with a trailer. And this was a very stressful job. I like it. The time did fly, and the days went fast, but it was so much to do all the time. Yeah, and some people order, or we have to transport this and this, and you get new order all the time, and we do as fast as we can, but it only come inside more and more and more. So it was so important for us to have a good plan. Have to plan, okay, we're going to do that, and try to be as efficient as possible. That was a great way. And another thing I have a lot of focus about, my stress method, I call it. And that was so many things to do. I have to work quickly, I have to be efficient, and all the time I have so much focus that I have to be calm, confident inside my mind. It was much stress around me, much stress occurred, but I have so much focus to be calm inside my head. Yeah, I walk out, I walk quickly over to this, check this, fix this, drive, fix, transport that, so many things. But all the time I stay to myself, okay, stay calm now, stay focused, have control of the situation. And that helped me a lot, because I'm sure I look stressed, but most of the time I have peace inside my head because I was calm. And you have to be calm, because if I was very stressed inside my head, it's easy that I did something wrong, I forget something, and even an accident can occur. So a lot of focus, stay calm when it's inside your head, when it's a lot of stress about you.
And I think that is one of the, I don't know if I would say greatest changes, but for sure a very big change that I have seen in you through the last, I don't know, decade or so, because it was a period of time when you were working a lot with it personally, and it affected us around you, because when you are calm, it is contagious, so we get calm. And being able to manage your stress in a good way is very attractive, which means that people will attract to you when the disaster hits. You are a very safe person to be around, even if something very bad happens, because you're calm. And that attracts many people because of the safety and your level of personal development. So that is something that I've seen very visibly in you.
Oh, that's good to hear. It's good if you have a lot of peace and calm around you. You send it out, and people will get affected. So that's great.
Mm-hmm.
And I work so hard about this because I have been a very stressed person a big part of my life. But as you say, the last 10 years, I work very hard about this one, and I became much better. And I have much more peace inside my mind now, and handle things better, not do so many things wrong because I have control of my mind. So that's great.
Mm-hmm.
And this, let me think about a story before. Many years ago, I did work in the ocean, and I was inside a boat. I'm not gonna name the boat because I don't want to hurt someone's feelings. And I was sitting in the TV room together with some other people, drank coffee, and we talk, play cards. And it was another guy who just come inside the boat. He have been home for 1 month, and then he gonna start to work 1 month. And he just throw away his bag outside, went straight in the smoking area room, sit there, smoking, drink coffee, and was so relaxed that. And suddenly him stand up, uh, put away his smoke, and him stand up, open the door, and him walk as quickly as him could. But it was so speed, and then him hit his head in the roof, and him start bleeding in the head.
Mm.
And I think, what is going on? You have to take it easy, man. You have been inside the boat in 5 minutes, and you start to stress like this. The boat was here. You should not go in the ocean on many hours. And him just, oh, I have to do this, do this. And it's so often, yeah, when you are stressed, it's so easy that you do something wrong, you forget something, or it happened an accident. Him start bleeding in the head, yeah. So I think you have to take it easy, man. So be controlled, and you get less accident. And stress signs, physical stress signs is you get headache, fatigue, feel a lot of tension, and you get stomach issues.
Then we have some emotional signs, which is irritability, anxiety, and feeling overwhelmed. On the other side, we have behavioral signs, which can, for example, be lack of sleep, procrastination, and overthinking. So, stress doesn't always shout. Sometimes it whispers. Learn to hear it early and reflect upon the signs that we just shared with you, the physical signs, the emotional signs, and the behavioral signs. It all plays its different role in telling you to slow down, because that's the positive thing with symptoms. Symptoms are often what leads us to a diagnosis or a solution, or just to get you knowledge about what's going on. So if you are having some of these signs, take a step back, breathe, and work with it. And I want to share with you, I met a wonderful lady in Thailand. Her name was Liv. She is running a business called Live and Breathe. You can check it up on Instagram. She's an amazing soul. And she was there to train. We were in the ice bed together, and she was holding these breathing sessions. She works a lot with the Wim Hof method and sound healing and many things like this. And she told me that how slow you can breathe is directly connected to longevity, which means If you stress and you breathe very quickly, you will live a shorter life. So work on your breath. Work on your breath work, on taking the stress down. Find these signals that we just shared with you. And if you have a lot of them in your life, you have to make a change. Even if you're just starting with it, a few signs, you have to take it seriously, because stress becomes you after a while, and it affects everything, your immune system, your mood, even how you come across to the people around you. And of course, diseases, as we were talking of.
And that make me think about breathe intentionally.
Hmm.
It's a box breathing technique, or you have the 4-7-8 technique. And the box breathing technique, you have to inhale on 4 counts, then you have to hold on 4 counts, and then you exhale on 4 counts, and then you hold in 4 counts.
Hmm.
And then you repeat this one at least 3 times. Or you have the 4-7-8 technique. This one you do slowly. You inhale slowly, 4 seconds, then you hold for 7 seconds, and then you exhale for 8 seconds. And this instantly will calm your nervous system. This breathing pattern aims to reduce anxiety, and it even help you with sleep.
Hmm. We did quite a lot of that when I was doing yoga back at AKA or earlier at Evolve. We've done a lot of breath work. I don't know how to even explain it, but you feel so good afterwards, even if you just do it for a minute or 2 minutes. Or sometimes when I go for a walk in the forest, it's easier to remind myself of these things, so I can sit down by the trees or by a beautiful landscape and do these kind of things. And I feel so refreshed. Even at work, I didn't have time to sleep more than 2 hours tonight because something happened. But then I do some breath work and I feel instantly more energized. So use this as a tool. It is free. You can do it wherever you are. So please bring these 2 methods along that my brother just taught you.
Yeah, and breathing is so important because you avoid stress. Yeah, and if you are very stressed, and I remember someone used to say, remember to breathe, and it's actually right. If you breathe, it became better. And another one also, I see when people crying, they often forgot to breathe, because tricks to not cry is many tricks. I have learned all of them, but one of them is to breathe, because often when before you're gonna start to cry, you often tense up your body. But if you start to breathe, then you relax more, and then it's not so easy to cry.
It is a very powerful thing you say there, and I can just share from my own experience. I don't know how based this is in research, but in my experience, I had a lot of these anxiety struggles before. I've talked about it earlier in the podcast, and sometimes I would have this like panic attack. I would sweat and I would cry, and I would lose completely control over my own emotions. And I have never experienced anything like it. I can fight, I can do so many things. I handle my stress, I handle my confidence, no worries. But when I was struggling with anxiety for a period of time, I lost completely control, like I can't even explain. And then, of course, I moved to Thailand, lived a better life, started working on my personal development a lot, reverted all of these things. I handle things a lot better. And then came a period where things were a bit rough and I started feeling more anxiety again. And then I did exactly this. I remember to breathe. And then I could kind of feel that I stopped this panic. So I didn't really enter the full attack. I didn't cry. I didn't lose myself like that. But I don't know how based it is in science, because of course I don't know how it would go if I didn't play it out like that. But for me, I want to tell you, I want to share with you that it was really helpful to just breathe, lay my hands on the stomach and just be very mindful, be very grounded and present in my own body and breathe. It is the most simplest thing, but in these kind of times, it's very difficult to actually remember. So please bring that along. It might help you and it might avoid the anxiety taking over, because it is, as you say, when you forget to breathe, that's when you cry and that's when you kind of lose control.
When I am in boxing training also, my boxing coach often tell us, remember when we are boxing, remember to breathe, you have to breathe. And when we do push-ups, remember to breathe. And he is right, yeah, because sometimes we forget, yeah, and I see that I take push-ups, or if I'm boxing and I not breathe so well, I get more quickly tired. But if I breathe, I'm cold, I can go much more longer. So that's great advice.
Definitely.
And breathing is the key to life. Because if you not breathe, you're gonna die.
That is very true, actually. That is, I don't think anyone can debate so much about that.
Yeah.
Oh, and another pro tip is to move your body. You can walk, stretch, dance, whatever. Moving release endorphins, which is the feel-good emotion hormone. And we know that dancing or letting yourself loose is very beneficial for your mood. Being inside, trapped inside, will only cause more stress and more anxiety. So get out there, out in the nature, move your body, because it will help you. Another very important thing is to manage your mind. The mind is often what causes the most stress. And a good tip can, for example, be journaling your thoughts. Sometimes it can feel like it explodes in here and you don't even know what's going on. It's too much going around to even know what it is. But when you put it down on a paper, you see it all and you're like, okay, that is manageable. Maybe this I can move for tomorrow and this I can focus on today. That is a good thing to do. Another thing is that if you're very worried, people always tell me, don't worry. It is not like I can just, oh, thank you, now I'm not worried. Thank you, that was such a great tip. It is, have you seen that meme when someone is crying and someone says like, don't cry, and they play it in reverse so the tears just go back up and they're happy. And it is, of course, funny to just think about it like that, because it's so easy to stand around people saying these kind of tips, but it is hard to not worry. So one tip that actually can be very helpful is to have, it sounds kind of foolish, but it is very helpful to say at 10 o'clock, I put an alarm for 10 minutes, then I'm going to worry. And then a thought comes by, finances. Yes, I'll leave it for 10 o'clock, then I will sit down and worry about it. And then health issues. Okay, I'll worry about it at 10 o'clock. And then, of course, at 10 o'clock, I have to hold myself accountable. I have to sit down. I put an alarm for 10 minutes or whatever. And I sit down and I worry for 10 minutes. I think about finances, health issues, all of these things. And when the alarm beeps, I'm finished. Later in the day, when worries come, okay, for tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'll leave an alarm again at 10 o'clock. And the reason for this is because we are human. We cannot just stop worrying like that. You can decide, you can compromise it. You don't have to worry all day, every day. You can choose a 10-minute gap, because then it's easier to just send the thoughts to that point of time.
Was smart thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And 10 o'clock, time to worry time.
Mm-hmm.
Time to worry a little bit. And that's great. Just a little bit and you finish, yeah? So it's then it will occupy all your day. I haven't heard about this one before, but it was a great trick. Where did you learn it?
I can't actually know for sure. Either I've learned it through my work that we teach the youths that I work with, or I've learned it earlier because I was a very worried, stressed youth myself, and I was going to counseling and I learned a lot of tricks. So I don't know, actually. And another thing that I for sure learned in counseling that I use when I counsel other youths now is that sometimes it feels like worries or my mind is what do you call it? Like a laundry machine. It just goes around and around and around and it's chaos. And sometimes you just have to press pause and take out just one piece of clothing and look at it and kind of fold it, leave it in its shelf where it's supposed to be. Maybe you have room to take one more piece out, fold it, because very often I experience that I am extremely stressed. I can cry, I can be worried, I can all of these things. But when I actually sit down and talk about it or look at it, it isn't as bad as I thought it was. It is less chaotic as soon as I write it down or pinpoint it. So that is a very helpful thing to do. And when you journal things, as I was talking of, it is the only thing you have output without any input. You don't have to listen to anyone's words, anything. You just control everything. So journaling is a great tips. And I will remind you again, I will never stop reminding you about being grateful. We talked about this in a previous episode, how extremely important it is to be grateful, because it is very beneficial for your physical health, your mental health, and being positive. And also set boundaries. Say no. It is extremely important to say no in life to things that does not stick right with you, to things that you don't want to be a part of, or to things that you don't feel like you are valued enough. So set boundaries to protect your own peace.
And avoid being a people pleaser at the cost of your energy. And another thing can be great to do, to have some phone-free hours so your brain can relax from constant alert. And I see it too by myself. If I talk with some friends and my phone, and every time I get alert and a message or something, it take away my focus a little bit. And you feel a little bit stressed because you feel that you want to check your phone, but at the same time, you should sit talk. I often just put away the phone and not look at it. And if it is something important, yeah, people are gonna call me, and then I will answer. And another great one to avoid stress is to plan to avoid stress. For example, for myself, if I gonna go some place the next day, I already prepare everything the day before. Find equipment, the things I'm gonna have, put everything outside in the car or there with the door. So I see it when I'm gonna go out. Everything is ready. And I always, when I'm gonna do something, I go early. For example, I come to a place 10 to 15 minutes before it starts, at least.
Mm-hmm.
So then I can sit there and relax. And every morning I drive my daughter to school, and we go 15 minutes before the ferry, and then we sit there around 12 minutes to wait. Just sit and talk and relax. And not often, but sometime, if she or me forget something, we still have time to go back and pick it up. And it's still not stressful. So I think it's great to do everything early, and I like to wake up too early. Another thing, I not understand people who always gonna come in the last second all their life, because they put so much more stress on themselves. Of course, see, when the ferry boat goes, same person come driving all the time. It just barely made it. And I see some people, it's like this all the time. Same what they gonna do. They always the last person. They always in a hurry. Why not start 5 or 10 minutes before? I not understand it. So that's a great one, because you put stress on yourself.
That is true. And when you live a life where there is no room for error, there is no margin to mess up, you live a very stressful life. So remember that for your own well-being. Your immune system will peak. Your inflammation in your body will get up higher if you live a life where you constantly put more stress into your life, because you choose a lot of the stress you want to put on yourself.
Absolutely. For your own well-being, but also for the well-being for every people around you and the people that you're gonna meet. And if you come too late all the time, you not respect other people's time. So make it more easy for the people around you. Because me personally, I hate when people is late. If I have a meeting with someone and people come too late, I get angry, yeah? Because I always do everything I can to be here at the time. And if someone comes a little bit late, yeah, it's okay, 1 time, 2 time, but if it happens often, yeah, I get angry. Because you have to respect my time. And I have to respect their time. And if we have a meeting, we have to do everything we can.
That is a strong principle for my brother. So remember that. Don't mess with his time.
Yes. Good advice.
Another good advice is to talk it out. When you are stressed, seeking professional help or talking to a good friend can be very helpful. This can help you avoid bottling it up because that will build pressure. And I often look at some challenges in people as they are a pressure cooker. They just bottle everything up and it's so much pressure within them. And one time it can snap. I've seen it happen to some certain people, and it can snap in anger, in an episode, or it can snap in a very severe burnout. I've seen both, and I don't recommend it. Also, you should start creating some daily habits to avoid stress. For example, create a good morning routine. Calm over chaos should always be the priority. When you plan your day with intention, you can plan a good morning routine. For example, as my brother, he always go out and walk to get sunlight in his eyes. The very first half an hour he's awake, as we recommended in the episode about how to improve your sleep. Also, when you always plan, like he says, to have time, there are margin for error. You can forget and you can go back and find something because there is time. Plan these things so you can start your day in a calm way, win the morning, win the day. Start calm, continue with this peace. That will bring more joy to your life and your health, as well as it will affect the people around you in a very good way. Of course, sleep, hydration, and mindful breaks is extremely important for stress management as well. A good tool is to use applications or music to support mindfulness. I want to recommend you to go in and check out Andrew Johnson's apps. I've used them for many, many years. I don't know, maybe 10 to 15 years. He has several applications. Some you have to pay for and some are for free. I recommend the one that is called Relaxation. He takes you through a body scan. For me, it is extremely difficult to meditate. I'm still working a lot on that. But body scans is a very helpful tool because it's very physical, and that helps my mind relax and follow each step. So I recommend that, and the one that's called Visualize Success. Also, I want to just give you another pro tip that my physiotherapist, Inga Sölvig, gave me back in the days. She is an amazing woman. The warmest shout out to her and everything she taught me. She was working a lot with how the mind and the body connects, and that has helped me a lot. And she said that sometimes we are so stressed that we kind of forget our body. So then you need to snap back into it in a way and connect it. So what she did was to kind of, you won't see so much of me, but I'll try to show you on camera now that, let's say you're very stressed or you have a bad day or something didn't go your way. Take a break, go to the side for maybe a few seconds, a minute, and think, okay, I'll reset. And just kind of brush this bad day off of you. Brush it off, do the same to your feet and all of your body, and reset. Go back out there and things will be better, because it is a very strong mental tool. You just had a great reset, as well as you really connected your body and your mind together. So things will become better from now.
And you don't need to eliminate stress. You need to learn to master it. The goal isn't a perfect, pressure-free life. It's having the tools to stay calm, clear and in control, no matter what life throws at you.
And we know that in the eye of the storm, it is always quiet. So whatever is going on around you, there will always be stress. There will always be challenges around you. So find that eye of the storm where you can think, breathe, and handle it in a good way. Don't go flying together with the tornado. You choose that.
If this episode helped you, share it with a friend who's been feeling overwhelmed. Subscribe for more practice episodes to help you thrive. Mind, body, and mindset. This episode was recorded 15 May 2025. In the show note, you will find the link to our amazing homepage, the 101percentpodcast.com, where you can subscribe to the super motivational newsletter Annika write. Every Monday morning, you will get motivational, great content inside your email box. And it isn't a better way to start a week than that. And if you would like, it would be great if you can donate a small amount to our podcast. Buy a coffee to Annika, because this girl loves to drink coffee and she will really appreciate it. And all the information about subscription you need, we share for you. Take care, manage your stress in an excellent way, and give it your best. If you like this episode, please share it with a friend. It is important for us to get out our message so we can help as many people as possible. And we will highly appreciate it if you could take 1 minute of your time to follow us on social media and review the show on Apple Podcast and Spotify. All links are below. Our Instagram is the 101% podcast. Until next time, take care and go 101% into achieving your goals. You owe it to yourself.